Okay, so we're going to work on the homework for crossing paths. And it says, Misha is the manager of Movie Parlor, a video store. She is in charge of buying the videos for the store to sell. She buys videos from the wholesaler that cost $8 for each one. The wholesaler also charges a fee of $200 for the bulk purchase. That's just like the setup fee that we've been doing already. Misha then sells the videos. She sells them for $12 each. Okay. Now, it says write an equation to represent the cost to buy the videos. So that means these right here, that information. And we need to describe our variables. So this is $8 for each video. So that means that this is the number of videos. Okay. And then this is the cost in money. So I'm going to write an equation that has to do with that. So y equals, and I look at this information, which one's the slope? Which one does it go up by each time? Okay, for each video, it's $8 for each video. This is just a setup fee. So $8 times X plus the 200. Then we're doing the same thing here. The variables are the same. So how much is it for each video when I'm selling it? It's $12 for each video. So y equals 12x. Now it wants me to calculate for 30 videos. So y equals 8 times 30 plus 200. That would get me 240 plus 200. So that's a total of $440. Then it wants if I'm selling the videos. So 12 times 30, because there are 30 videos, that would get me $360. Now remember, when we talked about profit, that means that I took the income, so the amount you're selling it for, and I'm going to subtract how much it costs. So how much money you got or you had to pay for it from the wholesaler. So I'm going to find the profit by taking the 360, and I'm going to subtract the cost, which is 440. When I do that, I'm going to write it over here, I find that my profit, look at this, isn't 440 bigger than 360? And that's negative. We're subtracting, so it's going to be negative $80. So we're in the hole. We don't owe anything. Misha owes $80, or the company owes $80. Now, what if we calculate it for 70 videos instead of 30 videos? So we do the exact same thing that we just did a moment ago. And instead of doing 30, we're going to plug in 70. So I replace the X with 70 and I add 200. 8 times 7, guys, is 56. I put on the 0. I add 200 and I would get $760. Now, for the selling, I take the 12 and I multiply it by the 70. So 12 times 7, boys and girls, is 84, and you add a 0. So to find our profit on this one, okay, I'm going to take the, wrong number, 840, because that's our income, and I'm going to take away our cost, which is 760. If you notice on this one, the bigger number, 840, is positive. So it's going to be a positive number. So if I subtract that, I'm going to get a positive $80. The company, really not Misha, but the company now has $80. Okay? Then the company now has $80. So now we're going to come over to the next page, and I know how to plug in information. We've already done this. We've plugged in information before, guys. So I'm going to take, I don't know why I put 4, 8x plus 200, and I'm going to replace the x with what the x values are. So I'm going to take 8, multiply it by 0, add 200, and that comes out to 200. I'm going to take 8, multiply it by 10, add 200. So that's 80 plus 200, which gets me 280. I take 8, I multiply it by 30. We already did this one. I should just look over on the other page, and we get 440. Then I take 8 and I multiply it by 45 and add 200. So that 8 times 5 is 40. That's 32 plus 4, so 360. So 560. Then I take 8, I multiply it by 70, add 200. Guys, we just did this one. I'm not going to. And then 8 times 100 plus 200. That's 800 plus 200. That gets 1,000. Okay? Awesome. So the income, the amount that we're getting from selling these. If I take 0 and I plug it in, I'm going to just get 0. 12 times 10 will get me 120. 12 times 30 will get me 360. 12 times 45, I actually need a calculator for. 12 times 45 will get me 540. Ooh, look at that. Aren't these getting super close to each other? That's good. 12 times 70. 12 times 7 is 84. Add a 0. And 12 times 100 will get me 1,200. So down here, these numbers are off. So this upper bound actually should have been 125. This upper bound should have been 1250, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to plot the points that are from up above. So I have 0 to 100. So I'm going to plot 0 to 100. 10 was at 280, so about there. 30 was at 440, so 30, 440, so almost there. Should I come in just a little bit for you? There we go. 45. 45 is at 560, so a little bit above 550. Then we have 70 is 760. 760, I believe, is about there. And then we have 100, and that is at 1,000. So 100 is at 1,000 right here. So then I take my ruler, make sure we're using rulers because that's important. And we draw a line, and there we have it. That's the cost. I'll even put on here cost. Then, how much we're selling it for? Well, if we don't sell any, we don't make any money. So that's 0, 0. Then at 10 was 120. Oh, about there. And then at 30 was 360. That's about there. And then at 45, we have 540. So just below there. At 70, we have 840. Ooh, we passed over. And then at 100, we have 1200. 1200 is right here. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this. And there we go. And this is our income. Okay. So, guys, where do these two lines run into each other? Those two lines run into each other right there. Isn't that the point 50, 600? That's where they run into each other. So let's go over here. And it says, use your graph to determine the number of videos for which the cost to buy is greater. So when the cost is more, when the cost is more, so when it's on top, up until that 50 videos, the blue line is on top. So the number of videos is less than 50. And then it wants to know when income is more. So wouldn't that be after 50? So the number of videos is greater than 50. The break-even point, where it runs into each other. When you're going to go from owing money to not owing money. That was the point 5,600. What does the break-even point mean? It means we now have zero money that we owe, and we have zero money in our pocket. We're starting from the beginning. Here we go. Point of intersection is this point. Okay. What do the coordinates mean? Okay. So it means at 50 videos, the company paid $600 and received $600. I don't know why I didn't put $sign there. Okay, oops, sorry, I didn't realize that you couldn't see that. So that means that all videos sold after 50 will make a profit. That's what that means. Okay, so let's go down here. It says one solution, no solution, infinite solutions. So one solution means that the coefficients are different. So if these coefficients are different, that means there's one solution. But you can always solve it to find that information out. So if I subtracted 3x from both sides, I would get -4 equals 3x minus 8. I would add 8 to both sides, and I would get 4 equals 3x. I would divide by 3 on both sides, and I would get 4/3 is equal to x. There's one solution. That one solution is 4/3. Now, if the coefficients on each side of the equal sign are equal to each other, that means you either have no solution or you have infinite solutions. Okay? In order for it to be no solution, the constants, oops, I misspelled constant, sorry. Constants are different. Here, the constants are the same. So let's look at this. I look at my constants, these two are different. So that means it's going to be no solution. But I can still solve it to make sure that it's true. So I subtract 2x from both sides, I get 1 equals -1. That's not true. So it's no solution.